Hello and welcome to the development of Beyond the Darkness. Well, that's the last time I made promises in a video. Last video I said, well, we will have another video in about 2 weeks because, well, everything is already built and I only have to record some stuff and we will have a video very soon. But yeah, it's summer and there are lots of birthdays, lots of parties, lots of pressure on the job, so, well, long story short, I didn't make it within 2 weeks. And before you know it, it's 2 weeks later, and before you know that, it's 1 month later and we didn't have an update. So, well, my apologies for that again, but I think you guys must be getting used to that. So, let's get started in this video. I only have a few small things to show you guys. Last video I showed you some things like the inventory, and the inventory was a pretty big update. But this time we have more smaller things, and there will be more big updates in the future, but as you can imagine, these will take time. So let's start with some small things. Let's start with light, and this isn't really light, it's more ambience. It's like atmosphere, and I hope I timed this right and the fun will not be spoiled. We made some sound effects for the rain, and also we made thunder. So we take a look at the lightning. Imagine you walk around in a house and things like this can happen. Well, it's raining all game, as I can call it that way. The entire game, it's night and it's raining and it's bad, and sometimes a thunder strike will keep you awake or will scare you or will startle you. So this is one of the little things that makes the game interesting. Well, not making it interesting, but it adds really to the atmosphere. And sometimes it scares you, and sometimes it's like, whoa, that really looks cool. And sometimes when the light strikes, scary things might happen for a second. Who knows? I'm not trying to scare you guys, just give you guys a little idea, a little feeling what might be happening. See it as a shape of things to come. Of course, we had added some rain animations on the glass itself. And as you look outside, this will not be the final surrounding. I should keep moving better. Well, this is not the final surrounding, it's just a placeholder for now. Let me just leave this room. First it's the clock that makes me mad, and now it's the thunderstorm. So the surrounding you saw was just a placeholder, and we're not going to show the real surrounding itself because, well, we don't want to spoil things. Not that the surrounding is that important, but the only reason we have this level here is just to give you a feeling about how the game could look like. And I think the template surrounding, the basic surrounding, the placeholder surrounding is good enough for that. So that about thunder strikes and atmosphere. As I told you guys in the previous video, we did update from Unity 4 to Unity 5, and well, it had a lot of problems. We did have a lot of work, a lot of things to fix. Yes, it was not very positive, but of course in the long run, upgrading to Unity 5 did have a lot of benefits. I mean, that's the whole reason we did it, right? So I cannot show you all of these benefits because some of the benefits are more technical, are more performance driven, or more code driven, but some of them are better visible. And I heard something, but I'm not sure what that was. maybe I left some script running that should be turned off. Well, never mind. As I was saying, some of the things are better visible, including some of the new shaders. And these are the basic shaders, which is kind of, well, it's kind of strange, because as you take a look at this reflection in the glass of the clock, we could make this reflection before, but it was a very special special shader. We had to do a lot of things to make something transparent and reflective and make it look good. And it, well, it wasn't that heavy, but you can imagine if you have several clocks like we have in this demo level. I think we have like 3 or 4 of those clocks, which is not a lot, but well, the shader is on the clocks, but it's also on the lanterns. It could also be on glasses or on the windows, who knows? Maybe on the chandeliers. So if you have a lot of objects which use an expensive shader, you can imagine the computer, your computer, your VGA card has to make more effort to run everything and to calculate everything. So the game will run less and less efficient. Of course, you cannot prevent that. Eventually, things will get heavier for the computer, but well, it's still a game. You gotta be as optimized as possible. So the new shaders are optimized, and this is a very basic shader in the new Unity 5. In the 4 version, this was a very special shader which took a lot of power. And the new one looks the same and maybe even better, and it's way lighter, so it's very cool. And another good example is, well, let me show you. Let me take you guys to a room we have not been before. Okay, we've been to the animation room, but we have never been to the materials room. Okay, let's always close the door behind you. Not because there are monsters, but when you're at home and you live with your parents or with your wife or girlfriend or kids, teach them close the door behind you. It's well, it's good manners, right? Okay, here is a very basic model we have used from the, well, very beginning of the game. This is how they looked in the previous videos. Maybe not as basic as this one, because this is what we call a specular shader. It has only a little bit of faint reflection. It's not even reflection, it's more light bumping back from the light source. Of course, there is no real light here, but you can see there's a light source, and you can see the light coming back from the model, very faint. We could use the reflection shader, which was also very expensive, so well, we try to keep that down as much as possible. But with the new shaders, we can make things like this. And it's the same model, it's not the same texture, but it has a very detailed reflection. And the way it works is, it's not real-time reflection. We can make it real-time, but we want to keep it as light as possible, so we try to avoid the real-time reflection on every object. The cool thing is you can see the painting in the background. That is this painting. Whenever we change this room, change the look, change the wallpaper, the floor, or of course even the painting, that will update as soon as we load or reload the level. So it's exactly a reflection, but it only updates once per game, once per session. So that's very it's very light for your system, but it gives very nice reflection, so that's very cool. And this is also a very basic shader. This is a normal basic reflection shader. It's so cool what you can do with the normal shaders in the new Unity. Like this model, it's exactly the same shader, exactly the same model, and a different color texture, but that's it, and it's just as light and it's just as easy to use. We can make the reflection more glossy, like this one, a little bit more blurry, which really creates a very different material than, let's say, this reflective one. But it's one shader. That's the cool thing, and we can make things look shiny and things look very realistic again without putting too much pressure on your graphics card, and that is really cool. That is one of the best things in Unity 5. Of course, there are lots of things that are also very good, but well, this is one of the things we can show you guys. Another small thing we want to show you very quick is the angel statue. Oh, it goes open this way. The angel statue. I did show you guys a little bit of the process in the previous video. It was in the background and I was painting on the model. And before, for a long time we had these models, and they were not ugly, they were not terrible, but I didn't really like them. And that's not because they are very bad, but it's because I'm a designer and I really like to improve my work, and I'm very critical, and sometimes I work on a model for 6 hours and I think, well, no, this is really crap, and I just throw it away and wait a few days, and well, then I create something I'm way more happier with. Yes, I threw away some hours of work, but in the end, well, we got a better model, and that's all what counts. One of the few limitations was the model itself. This is a very low poly model, and of course I can create a very high poly model and a very detailed model, but let's be honest, it's just decoration. It's nothing more than just a statue, and we can make the statues look very, very pretty, but I think it's better to use that processing power for something more important. Things like maybe models on the player, maybe some detailed models you will see lots of times in the game, or maybe surroundings, maybe to make big models look less blurry or less crappy. So yes, that's one of the limitations, and I think we will stick with this very low poly model, but we can make it look better. So I tried, and I came up with this, which is not very different, but the hair looks a lot better. I admit it's a little bit more poly. It has more polygons than the old one, but not that much more, and it looks, I don't know, for some reason it looks more decent, and it looks more it looks less stressful with all the little lines and all the shadow details which were not that great. I think this looks way more peaceful, and as I take a look at the face, I already know you guys gonna hate this. You guys gonna really, really, really hate these angel statues. I cannot tell you guys what we're gonna do with these, but oh, you gonna hate this one. You're gonna hate all of these. Well, maybe not at first, but later in the game, you will. You will. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot of fun. But that's enough teasing you guys. It's awfully dark here. Okay. Yes, these were all the updates for this video so far, and I'm not gonna say, well, there will be another video in about 2 weeks, because, well, we all know that's not gonna happen. and if it's gonna happen, it's a lucky shot. So I'll do my best to make another video, but Michael and I still have a lot of things we want to do, a lot of things we want to create, and especially the big updates. Sorry, the big updates, well, they need a lot of time. So they're a lot of work, and in the end things will look very cool, but it takes time. So I'll do my best to keep you guys entertained and to keep you guys updated. And maybe the next video will not show a lot of the game itself, but maybe we can talk about some things and some ideas we had. And maybe you guys can share some stories or some thoughts you will have on the game so far. Just let us know. And if you have any questions, have any suggestions, although we do get a lot of suggestions, so I think we have enough for now. But of course, everything is welcome. If you want to share something, want to share a story, an experience, a memory, it doesn't matter. If you have anything to ask, anything to share, just post it in the comments, and we will do my best to answer on that. So in the meantime, keep the Facebook page, keep an eye on the Facebook page. I saw a lot of you guys checked out the Facebook page, so thanks for that. I will try to post some more info and some more, well, let's say some more teasers, some more maybe hints, secrets, who knows. I will put some fun things on the Facebook page again. And of course, as always, thanks for watching and thanks for sticking with us, and I hope to see you to see you guys all back in the next video. So thanks for supporting Beyond the Darkness, and as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon in the next video, which I don't know what I'm gonna show, but I'm sure there will be some fun things left to show you guys or to talk about. But until then.